Hey y'all, this is your girl Tysheen and I'm back with another video. How are you? How you doing? So a lot of people asked me if I could react to Elvis Presley, the black community. The echo will never die. I know some of y'all know that I'm a big fan of Elvis now. Yes, I just recently became a fan of Elvis Presley. I react to about, I think like 6 of his songs, so go check them out. And I just instantly fell in love. I am a fan now. I'm officially a Elvis Presley fan. And a lot of y'all wanted me to react to the black community, so it's gonna be very interesting. So let's get started.
I thought he was a very beautiful, and still is, a very beautiful person, and his memories shall probably forever live on.
Well, you heard what he said? He said Elvis was a beautiful person.
You ain't no friend of mine.
There is no room in this city for the vulgar performances of Elvis Presley.
It's shocking. I watched him gyrate his legs and swivel his hips. And our parent-teachers group feels he should not be on television.
We've set up a 20-man committee to do away with this vulgar, animalistic, nigger rock and roll bop. Our committee will check with the restaurant owners and the cafes to see what Presley records is on their machines, and then ask them to do away with them.
Who's forcing them? Who's forcing them to listen to him or watch his videos? I mean, there's thousands of videos out there that I don't like, and I have no plans of watching them. Who's forced you to watch? Like, who's forcing you?
Learned anything from the criticism leveled at you?
No, I haven't.
You haven't, huh?
Because I don't feel that I'm doing anything wrong.
You ain't nothing but a hound dog, crying all the time.
Rock and roll has got to go. And go it does at KWK. We're all through playing rock and roll records. This week is record-breaking week here at KWK. And after this week, no more rock and roll will be played on the air.
That's stupid. You already pay for it. So you just put money in his pocket. Okay, should he care that you broke it? What the hell?
Obscenity and vulgarity of the rock and roll music is obviously a means by which the white man and his children can be driven to the level with a nigger. It is obviously nigger music.
Everybody mostly turns.
It's an N-word music. Have you heard? Wow, this is crazy. I did not know this was going on back in those days. I didn't know that people didn't like Elvis like that. I'm surprised. I'm truly surprised.
Turned him down, and because first thing, he had Negroes' ways. This is what they didn't really at that time. They didn't want to accept.
By black performers, and he, in essence, because of at that particular time the kind of backwards mental capability that many people had, as judging a person because of the color of their skin, is somewhat still does exist, but back then it was.
Still exists to this day. Sadly, it still, exists to this day.
He actually, because of him being a Caucasian brother, he was able to do away with that whole thing.
The 77-year-old early.
Yeah, I can understand what Stevie Wonder is saying. It's crazy that they didn't like the music because they thought it was the N-word, type of music. Which is crazy. I mean, he sings for everybody. Like, he's singing beautiful music for everyone to enjoy. That's what music is all about. Everybody coming together and enjoying beautiful music. Why it has to be either black or white music? Just enjoy it. Life is too short. There's so many things to worry about. And this is what we're worrying about. This.
Elvis Presley.
Elvis's songs still get good play on
What song is that they play?
Wright's program among the blues, gospel, and jazz recordings that are its staples. It was almost 40 years ago when Elvis drove down to Clarksdale from Memphis with a record and asked him to play it.
And I had been playing his record, and I had never seen him before, and I was amazed to see him. When he introduced himself to being Elvis Presley, then I went all to pieces over him. Then he and I started talking. I used to be the manager of a gospel group called the Four-Star Quartet. And I could listen to a man sing a hymn. I could listen to a man sometime talk. I did that. And I could pick him out whether he could fit in my group. And talking to Elvis Presley, I could see a great future in him.
I don't know if any of y'all saw the other video that I reacted to. What's that song called? Just Pretend. Remember when I said, I don't know if y'all remember when I mentioned in the video, when I said his song, that song remind me that I'm in a church or something. It just, his voice, the song, everything about it to remind me I'm in church. When I was a kid, I used to go to church every Sunday. I had to Sunday school, the whole service, the whole day. Yeah, and his song, it just takes me back from those days when I used to go to church, and he just have that soulful voice that I just love.
No accident that Wright recognized Elvis's strong gospel roots. Here at the East Trigg Baptist Church in Memphis, older members of the congregation remember Elvis joining in with the choir while in high school. These were rousing sessions led by the charismatic pastor, the Reverend W. Herbert Brewster.
Wow.
Like most black people in the South, and to whose throat God has pressed down a harp of 1,000 strings, it only needed tuning. Elvis's voice was that type of voice that agreed with the thought of Calvary.
Elvis Presley do have that type of voice. To be honest, if I didn't know who he was and I heard his songs on the radio, I would have sworn that he was black. I would have been like, that person sound like they black. Because he has that soulful voice, that sound. Yeah. If I didn't know who he was, I'd have been like, oh, that's a black guy. That's a black guy singing that song.
He had that kind of bent and inclination and attitude that suggested that God could use him. I gave the music a different approach, a new beat. I knew that it wasn't going to hurt if I said, "Must Jesus bear the cross alone," whether I've said with one beat, two beat, whether I've said it high or low. And I told him, come on in here and put your stuff together.
Elvis took my Tutti Frutti, and I was very disgusted. But by him singing it, he really made it bigger and made me bigger.
During those days,
I was gonna say I thought Elvis was the original singer of that song, but it was Little Richard. See, but there was no hard feelings. Like he said, it made him bigger. So.
as a white artist doing something, they would just say, they don't like our blacks and we don't like them either. He's nothing but a copycat. But Elvis Presley, when he came on, chicks was screaming and going crazy, and it was a...
I'm sorry, I have to stop the video because if I stop the video and talk about it, I'm gonna forget a lot of stuff. When I was young, I always heard that, Elvis stole a lot of songs from black people. The moves was from a black artist. And like I said, I didn't know much about Elvis. I only heard negative things about him, which is crazy because even white people, some of the white people didn't like his music. They thought his music was, like they said, the N-word music. I hate that word. I don't want to say it, so I have to say the N-word because I hate that word. And in the black community, when I was a kid, I used to always hear that he was, they didn't like him too much. That's what I heard when I was growing up. Black people didn't like him. They thought he stole from them. Then I heard that he was racist. But now I'm learning all these things about Elvis, and I come to find out he really wasn't. So it's like I'm learning so much. Like this year, I'm learning so much about Elvis, and it feels so good because I hate to be that type of person to judge somebody because something I heard. You know what I'm saying? I don't like to be that person. But I learned so much about this guy. He was loved by everyone. He had haters. He had people who didn't like him. Who cares? We really don't care. We really don't care about those people. But he still was loved by people. And a lot of artists that I listen to have nothing good to say about Elvis. They could if they wanted to, but all you heard was good things. Even people that was close to him. Even his cook, the black lady, she was his cook for years. Treated her like she was his mother, So he was a good person. It's just sad that I could just imagine the stress that he went through those days. It has to be stressful. Yeah. I just wanted to share that.
Like any other neighborhood, and I said, this guy's got something going, man.
Elvis had something that made him sound like he truly meant it, and that's what made a lot of people like myself like him.
I think Elvis had lots of soul. He appealed to black people. He definitely had to have soul in order to do that.
I think there's ever been an artist that when his name went on the marquee, they knew he was coming. People came from all over the world. I never heard of that.
When we first decided to take the gig with Elvis, we had no idea that there would be any racial flack regarding it. Our first racial encounter was when we went to Texas. Elvis was told by his people that, well, you can leave the black girls home. You don't have to bring them. So Elvis wasn't going to do the Astrodome unless his girls could be with him. And he demanded that we be given the star treatment. We had to be in our convertible where everybody could see us, and our little blonde could drive us. And that was his statement. You don't like it? Deal with it, or I'm not going to be there. And I thought that was very big of him.
That was beautiful of him to stand by and, he's showing these people, letting these people know that, black people are humans. We're human too. He's like she said, he demanded that they be right by his side, and they should be treated the same way they treat him. And I love that. I love that because back in those days, it was not easy. I'm quite sure those girls couldn't be in the hotel, the same hotel with him. They couldn't be in the same restaurant. They couldn't be in the same restroom, because back in those days they had signs, black only, white only. So he see what was going on, and as you can see, he didn't like it, and that's one thing I love about him. He don't care. He said, look, well, I'm not performing. If they not being treated the same way I'm being treated, well, then I'm not performing there. Take it or leave it. And of course they're gonna take it because this is money. Money's coming in, so of course they're gonna give him what he wants. But it's just sad. It's sad.
Around him with other people of color, and I've only seen him give love. He was very generous to people that he didn't even know.
I mentioned that also in one of my videos. That Elvis looked like the type of person he would give anybody, his last. He just seemed that type of person. It doesn't matter if you're black or white. He just has that good heart. Like I said, you could look at him, you could tell that he has a good soul. He's trying to bring everybody together. His music is bringing everybody together. And I'm not understanding how these people who are against him, why they can't see it. I don't get it. I just don't get it. I just don't get it.
Didn't have to be of any racial persuasion for him to love you.
And you know how rumors get started when there's a big star or something, the people will start rumors, well, he doesn't like this kind of people, or he doesn't like those people or that people. And I never got that from him.
Remember when I said that? Oh my God. Remember when I said that? That I heard those rumors when I was a kid that Elvis was racist. He just said it. Like, yeah, I heard that. I heard that he was racist when I was a kid. That's why I never really like listened to his music. Because I was like, I'm not listening to his music. He's racist. He don't like black people. Well, I'm not listening to him. F him. And like I said, I was a kid. And it's sad that, you know, all these years, I thought this man was racist. And it's just recently I started like listening to his music. And also, like I said, I watch his maid, or not the maid, the cook, the black lady. She's a cook. She was saying nothing but good things about this man. And I was shocked because I was like, what? What? So people have been lying to me all these years. They've been lying to me. They've been saying he was racist and he don't like black people. And I don't know what to say. Like, I just feel some type of way now. I was like, I waste all those years thinking that this man was racist. This man is nowhere near racist. Ain't nothing like such thing in his spirit and his soul. Nothing. He's a good man.
Only thing I want to know, was he my friend? Did I enjoy him as a performer? Did he give the world of entertainment something?
Samus Davis looked like he wanted to cry right here.
Yes, on all counts. And that's the name of that tune.
He was a bundle of energy set to music. And that echo will never die.
Thank you for the people who requested me to react to this. This was beautiful. Oh my God, this was beautiful. So yeah, so that's Elvis Presley. If there's any other songs by Elvis Presley you would like me to react to, comment below, and check the other videos of Elvis Presley that I react to. Go and check them. Go check them out. And also give this video a thumbs up if you're a big fan of Elvis. Of course you are. Because if you wasn't, then you wouldn't be here, right? You wouldn't be watching this right now. So yeah, and I'll see you lovely people. Please take care of yourself. Bye and peace.